Today, we're going to look at the hidden mental blueprints that can either totally block our best work or lead to our biggest breakthroughs. This is the architecture of focus.
Oof, have you ever had a thought like that? That single, crushing voice inside your head? It's this feeling of intense pressure, The sense that every single eye is on you, just waiting for you to mess up. It's a powerful feeling. And believe it or not, it's right where our story starts today.
So, let me introduce you to Anya. She's a brilliant young architect, but right now, she's staring down a creative crisis. She's designing this huge new city library. It's the biggest project of her career, and the deadline is tomorrow. And she's completely and utterly stuck. The pressure is on big time.
So this is Anya's dilemma. It's the battle we've all faced, right? The battle with the blank screen. She's been staring at the design for this gorgeous central foyer archway for hours, and nothing. Her inspiration has totally vanished.
Now this is a really crucial moment. She's so frustrated, she decides she just has to get up and step away. But here's the thing. Notice what she does. She doesn't close the program. She doesn't hide her work. She deliberately leaves that half-finished archway right there on her screen for anyone to see. Now remember that detail, because it's going to be super important in a little bit.
So as Anya walks away from her desk, the problem kind of shifts. It's not really about the archway anymore. It's about this crushing weight of what she imagines everyone else is thinking about her. And on that short walk to the office kitchen, her mind just starts to spiral. She's absolutely convinced that all of her colleagues have noticed she's struggling, that her boss is watching her every move, and that they're all just silently thinking, wow, she can't handle it.
But let's look at the difference between her perception and what's actually happening. In Anya's head, she's the star of this huge drama about her own failure. But in the real office, well, Mark is in an epic battle with a stubborn bag of coffee beans, Sarah is daydreaming about her next vacation, and literally not a single person has even glanced in her direction.
There's actually a name for this feeling. It's called the spotlight effect. It's this really common mental trick where we think we're the center of everyone's attention, that our flaws and our mistakes are under this giant bright spotlight. But the truth is, most people are just the main characters in their own stories, not ours.
So in that moment, standing in the kitchen, watching Mark lose his fight with the coffee bag, Anya gets it. The spotlight she felt was totally in her head. Nobody was judging her. And just like that, poof, the pressure just vanishes.
And this is where things get really cool. The second that fake, external pressure is gone, something else happens. This is the big turning point, the aha moment. Her mind is clear. She's not worried about what anyone thinks. She just takes a simple sip of water, and bam! The perfect, elegant solution for that archway just pops into her head completely formed. It's the breakthrough she was fighting for all day long.
Okay, so wait a minute. This feels totally backwards, right? How on earth did she solve the problem by walking away from it? Was that just a lucky break? Nope, not at all. There's another really powerful psychological principle at work here. It's called the Zeigarnik Effect. And basically, our brains hate open loops. They just can't stand leaving things unfinished. So when a task is interrupted, our mind keeps that tab open, creating this sort of quiet mental tension that keeps working on the problem in the background, always pushing to find a way to close the loop.
And this explains everything. Remember when Anya deliberately left the design half-finished on her screen? That was the trigger. Her conscious mind walked away, but her subconscious mind, it never left the desk. It just kept quietly simmering, processing, connecting ideas until it found the answer.
The thing is, this isn't just passive waiting. It's an active strategy you can actually use. First, you interrupt the task. Get up and leave it visibly incomplete. That's what creates that productive mental tension. Then you have to genuinely distract your conscious brain. Go for a walk, grab a drink, do something else. And finally, and this is so important, you have to be ready to capture that solution when it finally pops into your head.
So how do we turn all this into a practical toolkit for our own lives? Let's use Anya's story to learn how to architect our own focus.
All right, here are the big takeaways. First, you got to actively fight that spotlight effect. Just remind yourself that pretty much everyone is wrapped up in their own world. Second, start using the Zeigarnik Effect as a tool. When you're stuck, intentionally walk away, leave the task open. And finally, you have to trust the process. Give your brain the space it needs to do its best work, even if that means doing, well, nothing at all.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What's that one challenge you're facing right now? Maybe it's at work, a creative project, or even a personal dilemma. What problem in your life might you finally solve, not by pushing harder, but by having the courage to just walk away and let your mind do the rest?